And news just coming in, Congress Bengal chief continues to hit out at Anand Sharma for questioning the alliance with the Muslim clerics outfit. While speaking to India Today, Adhir Ranjan has asked, who is Anand Sharma talking on behalf of? Says he knows who are his bosses. He wants to please. Remember, Sharma had said the alliance with ISF was against Gandhian and Nehruvian secularism.
I think Anand Sharma is more vocal and vociferous against the Congress party without any rhyme or reason. And simply Anand Sharma is blowing the issue out of proportion only to please some of his. The fact is that if he is honest by intention, he may give me a simple call. I would have enlightened the entire issue before him. But instead of doing so, he thought it prudent to highlight the issue, to castigate the Congress, to tarnish the image of the Congress in order to please somebody else who may be his future, boss.
And Chetan Singh is with us. He's a well-known political analyst. You just heard from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary once again saying, why couldn't this conversation happen within the party? Why did he make a public statement? The fact of the matter is that with this alliance, Mr. Chetan Singh, the Congress indeed has given the BJP a big stick to beat it with. The alliance with the Indian Secular Front, and also this sort of an alliance with the left in Bengal and opposing the left in Kerala. That is double-speak, isn't it?
So see, there are three things out here. First and foremost, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary giving a message to Anand Sharma. So see, Congress is a democratic party. There are two kinds of setup, democratic and autocratic. We have seen time and again that there are people within the party, they raise their voice. And then the discussion happens, and at the end, everything gets normal. So this is the beauty of the Congress party, and this is the way they have, run their operation for last 135 years. Second, when it comes down to this G23, there are people, they have some dissent. They are trying to put across their message. I think the message is going to be understood and interpreted well. Now, when it comes down to this Indian Secular Front, this is a just 2 months old organization. BJP is 40 years old. The organization, and what BJP is doing at this given point of time, just trying to win the state while targeting this particular secular fabric of the country. So therefore, it's a matter of a serious concern. We have just heard Samit Patraji. Nothing more than entertainment is what he has delivered right now. And on the top of it, this party which has come up, this ruling dispensation which has come up with 303 seats. What are they doing? They are just blaming Rahul Gandhi ji. They are after Rahul Gandhi ji. They are after Sonia Gandhi ji. So help me understand, who is the Prime Minister of this country? Rahul Gandhi is not the Prime Minister of this country.
Really is this opportunistic alliance also with the ISF, because there is an unprecedented push for the Muslim votes in the state of Bengal, and obviously because this is the vote bank that the TMC is also eyeing. Be with us, Mr. Chetan Singh. We'll just come back to you. Meanwhile, listen in once again to what West Bengal PCC Chief Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had to say about all of these developments vis-a-vis Anand Sharma. Listen in.
I think Anand Sharma is more vocal and vociferous against the Congress party without any rhyme or reason. And simply Anand Sharma is blowing the issue out of proportion only to please some of his. The fact is that if he is honest by intention, he may give me a simple call. I would have enlightened the entire issue before him. But instead of doing so, he thought it prudent to highlight the issue, to castigate the Congress, to tarnish the image of the Congress in order to please somebody else who may be his future, boss.
He continues to be with us. Mosmi, there are many who say that this is just reflective of the fact that Congress is a democratic party, but at the end of the day, this appears, and doesn't it, a desperate attempt only for the Muslim vote bank in Bengal, and also an opportunistic alliance where you align with the left in Bengal. Down south in Kerala, you go and oppose them.
Sneha, in democracy, everybody has the right to express the way they want to, but a political party that has been on a self-destructive, self-damaging mode, yet again washing its dirty linen in public, how does it augur for the party and the party leadership? Yet again, Adhir Ranjan's barbs that are aimed at Anand Sharma speak volumes about the state of affairs that the Congress party is in today. When you are going ahead in an election to 5 assemblies, that's going to be a litmus test for Rahul Gandhi, a big question mark on Rahul Gandhi's leadership. It will be a do or die battle as far as Rahul's escalation or elevation or anointment as the president of the Congress party is concerned. And this is the Agni Pariksha that Rahul Gandhi has to go through. And right before the elections, you have the Congress leadership, Congress leaders hitting out at each other and in fact exposing the Congress party's weaknesses. So really it tells more than it conceals as far as what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Anand Sharma, the word war that they have broken out into. But very importantly, as you said, that it's a tough balancing act for the Congress as well, because on one side Rahul Gandhi is fishing in the waters of the left in Kerala and in West Bengal you're in alliance. Now Rahul Gandhi, when he skips that big rally that's caused so much of controversy on Sunday, last Sunday, it indicated that Rahul Gandhi didn't want to show that he's aligning with the left, standing with the left in West Bengal while he's speaking against the left front in Kerala. So really the Congress party has a huge challenge to keep its flock together and also convey a clear line of strategy and thinking to the public and the voters at large.
Absolutely, and that is what is not really happening. Mosmi, thanks for getting us all of those details. We'll of course keep coming back to you for more on that developing story. I'm thanking Chetan Singh as well for his perspective on that story.